Hi, I'm Keegan, and this is A Bunch of Gamers. This is our 89th episode of Werewolf the Apocalypse 20th Anniversary Edition, The Open Road and Den of Spiders. I'm going to go around and have my players introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Sam. I play Cora. She's an Aruna in the Get of Fenris.
I'm Tyler, and I play Kyle, also known as Guards the Low. He's a Philodox of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Adam. I play Mark Guides the Fallen, and he's a Thurge of the Children of Gaia.
Hi, I'm Sean. I play Zeb Speaks-in-Sweet-Whispers. He is a Theurge of the Silent Striders.
Hello, my name's Thomas. I play Dimitri Howls-In-Memory, Lupus Galliard of the Bone Gnawers.
Last time, the Pax participated in the Rite of the Winter Winds, the seasonal rite that the Garu perform every winter solstice. Though enjoying themselves, they noticed ideological and religious differences between the tribes as Older Brother began to gain more and more control over the sept of the Sacred Stone. After the rite, the Pax decided to split up, with Mark, Dimitri, and Zeb heading over to the Sept of the Five Mirrors to inform them of the change of leadership of the Sept of the Sacred Stone, as well as visiting Zeb's family, performing a rite upon Mark to reduce his rage, and to visit Dimitri's home at the Winterfang to see how it had progressed. It had progressed with Good House International building the paper mill. Some Callow kin now work for the Pentex subsidiary. Meanwhile, Kyle, Cora, and Roy went to the Sept of the Steel Mountain, Roy deciding to meet up with Shen Gazes from Afar, the last stargazer of the Sept, to learn Caliendo, and learning that the rest of his tribe had decided to leave. The Cyberdogs had taken hold of the Sept of the Steel Mountain, and one of their own has become a co-elder with Leads of Steel. Kyle, doing some investigation for them, began to use gifts to try and track down Dr. Appleton, who had escaped the raiding parties of the Glasswalkers. The ones who went after her seemed to have disappeared without a trace. During this time, Cora decided to use the new dagger gifted to her by Guts the Weak to locate her Nyx's bangle and retrieve it. The blade took her to a dump, where the spirit grew angry and demanded that she rinse it off in a cool stream and shatter many lights within the city to increase the darkness and thus regain its favor. The Pax have finally reconvened, and now they begin to go forward. Night has set upon the Pax, and they get a little bit of rest, as something visits Cora Two-Hearts in her dreams. Cora, you feel your bed rising up and down, side to side, back and forth, shaking in this slow, rhythmic rise and shift.
Yeah, she'll wake up and kind of look around like, what the heck is happening?
You wake up in the dreary wooden cabin, the bed of straw beneath you. You notice boiled leather and chain fitted perfectly to you as you hear men screaming outside.
Get out of the bed and peek through the window to see what's going on outside, and
you see your fellows covered in chain and boiled leather, axes hanging from them, helms, as you see the Viking ship rowing forward, as you see the leader charge, holding his finger forward as you're gaining on a ship. You see Kyle and Dimitri hoisting up a sail as it catches, and you notice the rowers going, and Zeb calling out names and telling them to run down captain's orders, as you see Mark running up and calling out commands of what he sees and directions on how they need to turn to catch up with the ship.
So Cora's gonna gather all of that armor and put it on as she's coming out of her little cabin.
You come out as you see the captain, a massive berserker with two huge axes, his shirt glistening with seawater and what almost appears to be crusted blood, as he looks at you and goes, "Two-Hearts, are you ready? We raid soon," as he slams the the axes together as you begin to gain.
Okay, she'll reply, I'm always ready. Remind me again where we're going.
Merchant ship, full of creatures of darkness. We'll wipe them out.
Always the best time. Cora finishes putting on her armor. Wherever it dwells, wherever it breeds. Rah.
Captain Hellbringer, we're upon them. Prepare the boarding parties.
Good. Cora, take your pack and jump aboard. We'll be soon behind you.
On it. And she goes.
As you all leap across, landing as you see gaunt-like creatures, humanoid in appearance, though you notice something off about them as they bring their blades. Cora, you may make a dexterity melee attack, please. Diff 6. The axe comes down and you take them out as you notice your pack members and Zeb and Dimitri as well shift into Krynos as their armor fits with them and shifts bound to them as they start taking out members left and right, axes in hand, as you hear screams. Some of them barely put up a fight as they throw up their hands and beg for their lives as an axe comes down as Mark cuts them down. Kyle slams his fist against another and throws them overboard as you hear the scream as the cacophony of blood surrounds you.
If there are more, Cora will also, change into Krynos and go at it. You said that there was something off about them?
Just some of the ones who are defending, there's something off about them. They're not completely human.
Okay.
But they look human. Okay. And then some of them are human and they are cowering and they're being cut down by your pack members.
Gotcha. Cora will continue fighting the ones that are defending, not cowering, but also shout out to leave some of the pure humans alive so that we can question them.
As you're doing that, and your pack kind of agrees, though, Kyle...
For what need do we need to question them? Wherever it dwells, wherever it breeds.
How will we find more? This is the easiest way. Get the answers from them and follow that.
The easiest way is to slay them. But you are Alpha, if that's what you want.
Cora just stops for a second.
That's what I want.
And she continues hacking and slashing.
As you see the captain swing, as he sees them look at the others cowering, as others jump aboard, and he goes, "Hold them!" As the guards are down, and you see the captain's quarters, and he looks at you, "Cora, cut down the door for me."
And she won't actually cut down the door, but she'll rip it off its hinges.
As you rip it off its hinges and you throw it, you see a man huddling with two of his adult children as he goes, please, I know that you come after me. I have done trade and come into your territory, but please leave my child here alone. As the captain speaks up, filthy leech, drag all three to the sun. As there's kind of a darkness in the cabin protecting them from the sun bleeding in.
Cora will grab them, just pull.
So you pull them out as they're begging, as one's crying tears of blood going, please, I don't want to burn, please.
Wherever it dwells, wherever it breeds.
As you fling them out, and you see her convulse and scream as her skin starts to bubble as raw flesh begins to show ragged before crusting with black burns as it screams around her, as you hear the captain screaming no as he's crying for her, as you see the other one burn the same before you huck him as well. The captain walks over and smiles, and he places his hand on your shoulder calmly and goes, "That's very good, Cora. Very good. Remember, most problems can be solved like this. The worm can only be fought with violence. Hold that in your heart and watch as you see the crew members slice the throats of everyone else who is captured, and you gain the gift Tar Shadow. As you see the darkness in the room condense and fill your own shadow, and you awaken.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
It's been used against us, and it's a pretty killer gift.
Oh, I love that gift, but I don't want to use it. I know exactly the one you're talking about. It's such a cool gift. I am so torn. Damn it, Keegan. God, it's so cool. I want to use this so bad. Damn it, Keegan.
What?
Give me such a cool gift, but I shouldn't use it.
On top of what I sent you, every time you use it, the difficulty for frenzy rolls decreases by 2 for the scene.
Okay.
Cora, you wake up in your bed. You're still at Steel Mountain, hiding from the police for a little bit after your little tirade.
It's a good tirade.
What do you do?
Cool. I'm gonna wake up and I'm like get myself up and go see if I can find Kyle.
All right. Yeah, Kyle's in the same guest quarters.
I'm gonna wake him up and we're gonna talk about my dream.
Oh, good morning, Cora.
Yeah, good morning. I remember when we were all having lots of dreams when we were younger last year.
It's hard to forget. Yeah.
I had another interesting one, and she'll go through like what happened, and so she's gonna go through the whole scene and explain like what she was feeling and how things played out, and let him know, hey, this happened. I got this gift, I assume from the spirit that was in my dream, and I don't know what to do about it.
In the back of your mind, Kyle, that same kind of voice that was yours earlier starts speaking. It's happening to her too. Everyone you love. Everyone's gonna dance the spiral. They're gonna leave you alone.
No. I won't let them. Not like I let B. So out of character, did you tell me exactly what the gift does? Also, like, because this is the gift that I've seen in action. I've seen this in action. So, like, I will recognize it when she describes it. Yes, if you describe it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you, like, I think this is the gift that was used on us these times.
So now Kyle will speak out loud. What did you think when you killed those leeches?
I thought it was the right thing to do. It was difficult because I didn't know what the other two had done other than the captain. If it was just him, it would have been an easy choice. But I thought it was the right thing to do.
She's losing herself to violence. Can you ever walk away from violence in this life, Kyle? She's chosen which heart to follow. Her gender told you too late.
No. It can't be too late. She told me about it. B wouldn't have, but she did.
Maybe because she wants you to dance with her. Maybe deep down, she still doesn't want to be alone. And she wants you to fall just like her. Like this whole damn world.
I'll die before I let that happen. They won't take me with them. That gift, I've only ever seen spirals use it.
I know. That's the problem.
Cora, in the back of your mind you hear, and now we can turn their tricks against them. You hear in your own voice.
The problem is exactly that. It could be so useful, but we've only seen black spirals use it. It could be so useful, but I don't know if I can use it.
Whatever gave you your gift, I think it gave it to you because of the decisions you made in your dream. But if it's a gift given to spirals, then it makes sense to me that it would be a bane that would have gifted it.
That makes complete sense.
As you hear in the back of your mind, but it was a great Viking that gave me the gift. The gift from an ancestor spirit. The spirals are all thieves. Who's to say this gift wasn't stolen from the Get, and I am the Get who reclaims it?
Fuck you, Keegan.
I am in awe of how many war crimes you are willing to commit with literally very little effort on my part.
No, dreams things can take any form and any shape. The only thing that, out of character, the only thing that Cora can really think of is asking another Get, like what kind of gifts the spirals have taken from like our tribe, but also like other tribes, and like bastardized into their own.
That has happened, yes. You've actually seen examples of it.
It's too easy. This gift was given to me too easily. like in her head, back to that voice.
So, Cora, as you're thinking that the gift came to you too easily, the voice in the back of your head said, "Too easy? After the indignities at Sacred Stone? After warring and stopping the whole Karen from falling? After admitting to the foolish nature of Guts the Weak? After everything that was too easy? This is a gift that is needed for a Garu who is a cut above the rest, who will trap her enemies and make sure they don't run away. Maxwell escaped too many times. The spirits are making it so that he can never run away. B can never run away, not as long as they are captured in your shadow, and you will leave a long shadow. We will leave a long shadow because we are destined for greatness. We have shaken off the shackles of fools and stand upon the corpses of the weak so that Sacred Stone will survive and the Get of Fenris will be strong."
Cora will turn to Kyle and I don't know what to do.
Kyle, in your mind, you just hear, "Hopeless."
Can't be hopeless. She's looking for guidance. I'm sure of it.
She's looking for confirmation. She's always gone her own way, without your advice.
Maybe. But I can still give it. And if she still falls, then it won't be my fault.
What little lies we tell ourselves to comfort ourselves as Gaia dies and as everything falls apart. She bleeds, but at least it's not our fault. We talked to Cora.
It's all I can do for now, until I'm sure she's fallen, and then there's more.
Impotence, that's all we have left. We couldn't even make Steven feel welcome until a spirit made it vomit out of him.
We can still say the words.
Then let's say them and get this farce over with.
Perhaps there's a way to remove the gift, if it truly is tainted.
I sincerely hope that it's not. But if there's the slightest inkling that it is,
you can overcome it. One heart, one vision.
If there's the slightest inkling that it is tainted, and this is solely a black spiral gift, then I want nothing to do with it, because that puts the worm in my heart.
Kyle will look visibly relieved at that.
Meanwhile, Dimitri, Zeb, Mark, you're all at you're in a truck stop in Wyoming. The bathrooms look like they've been cleaned pretty regularly for a truck stop, maybe once a quarter. And the flies, even in the dead of winter, kind of buzzing around as the smell of over-fibered truckers can be smelt. As you guys park the truck in the parking lot, the spirit comes out of it and the truck slows down noticeably as he's sitting there in the back seat with you guys, as his arms wrapped around Zeb, who's in the back. He's got that nice grease about him, like he's been working on as a mechanic now, and he goes, "Good job, boys. Almost here. You cleaned this truck up nice enough, and I might even decide to bond with it. Bond with you. We're like amigos." As his arms reach out and he grabs Dimitri and Mark by the shoulder and gives them a good shake. Y'all ready to work?
Of course.
Always ready.
All right. You just gotta work and you gotta make them truckers' lives easier. So if that means buying drugs in town and running them in, fixing up their trucks at a discount price, sucking a little cock, whatever it is to make their lives better, you gotta do it.
Oh, that was part of the agreement.
That sure was. I was really hoping for a bathroom hand job and not the full deal, but hey, all right.
Gotta love spirit quests.
Oh yeah.
Hey, would it be third G if we didn't have them?
Yeah. All right. How do you guys want to do this?
Zeb, Mark, I'll focus on the trucks.
Okay. Well, first we gotta figure out how we'll be able to help these guys. I don't think it's gonna be a very trusting thing. 3 people just coming up to a random trucker and offering all kinds of services. I'm pretty sure truckers might be a paranoid bunch.
think it's easy enough to steal something that has a name on it, walk up like we work here, and just bluff our way through it.
Sounds good enough.
All right, can I get an intelligence investigation roll from whoever has the highest out of the three of you?
We got an 8.
7. Oh, you have 8? All right, there you are.
There you go. So, investigating through, you do find 3 sets of clothes that seem to fit all of you fairly well, though Mark will be showing a bit of ankle and just a hair of shin. As you notice the 3 name tags, Karen, Bobby, and Ronnie.
Well, how should we do the name tags?
It's just a name. I'll be Karen.
All right. I guess I'll be Ronnie.
I guess Dimitri will take the Bobby name tag.
All right, as you click them on. And so, Bobby, you saunter over to some truckers. You got your bag full of tools.
Yeah, Bobby will walk up to them and ask, "Hey, how hey guys, how's it going? How's the road treating you?"
Doing fine. As one grabs your thing, kind of does like a squint. Bobby, what do you do? What do you want, Bobby? We ain't breaking no rules here. As you hear in the behind one of the truck doors.
Of course not. I'm not here to bother you guys about anything. I was actually wondering if I could help you guys out with your trucks.
One of them steps forward. He's a pretty burly guy, and he goes, "Helping out? You mean like a tune-up or?"
Yeah, tune up, anything you need.
As you see him like tower over you, the guy's like 7 feet tall as he's looking down at Bobby and Dimitri. You kind of get this intimidating sense as the guy puts his hand on your shoulder and goes, "Oh man, thank you so much. My supervisor's been riding my ass. I've been trying to stop here and get my brakes fixed, and like I could take a pay cut. I could take a big pay hit if I stopped anywhere off route and took any more time. So if, oh God, my wife and kids would kiss your feet. I'll name my next kid or my next grandkid after you, whichever comes first. Just, oh God, Jesus, you're a fucking lifesaver, man."
Yeah, I'm just happy to help. You know, it's on the house free of charge.
Shit on the house. God damn, I'm gonna have to come here more often. All right, here's my truck as he takes you over to the big, 18-wheeler. Pretty in good shape, but you notice that the brakes have been running hot. So, I'll need a intelligence crafts roll. Diff 6, Dimitri.
Alright. Wait, Dimitri, my name is Bobby.
You take care of him lickety-split. In fact, you get him so good that it's like he went to a professional shop. And big guy goes, "David, it's nice to meet you, Bobby," as he grabs your hand and dwarfs it in his handshake.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah, hey, as he looks around, I know they ain't all on the house, so as he pulls out his wallet and he hands you $200, I know it ain't a full brake service, but paying it forward to whoever else you can help out, right? With this season, a bunch of companies are sending more toys, more electronics for the post-Christmas boom since they were restricting the surplus. It keeps us in business, but it keeps us tired. I've been taking my 2-hour mandatory stopping break on the road, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I catch your drift. You take care, man. Do you know anybody else that might need a little bit of help, like brakes, tune-ups, anything else?
Oh, fuck, man, everyone here. Some of these trucks have been running red line for a while, but none of us can stop or we could take a pay hit. Most of the major trucking routes aren't that close to a mechanic that can help us out. These bad boys usually... Yeah, so you do what you can, man, and shit, man, fucking godsend. Fucking godsend, right?
Yeah, I'll go around and see who needs to get out of here the soonest. I'll help them out first and go from there.
Bless you, man. You good people. As he starts running to his truck and getting into it and starts heading off. All right. Mark, how do you want to help?
So Mark wants to head to the restrooms. As I know, with most trucker stops, the restrooms also have showers, lockers, places you can keep stuff, and then there's even some beds somewhere. So what Mark wants to do is basically he wants to clean the restrooms but he wants to somehow garnish like a tiny little favor from a spirit of like cleaning, a spirit of soap. So that whoever like whatever trucker takes like a shower or cleans himself up feels just a little bit more refreshed, just a little bit more energized when they need it, or a little bit more rested when they need it.
Okay, that would be probably either a spirit of wakefulness, a spirit of joy, a spirit of caffeine, any of those things.
So what's the condition of this one?
Yeah, so you walk in and it's got the soap scum grime in the showers. The toilet's got flies around them, even though it's the dead of winter kind of thing. Someone had explosive something, but clearly no one's been using that stall because the explosive something stuck around and the fallout just never got cleaned up. And so you may want to put on a hazmat suit and pull a Chernobyl if you gotta.
Okay. Alright, so how about this? So Mark's gonna look around for like the janitorial supplies in the bathroom, and he's just, whatever protective gear he can get on, whatever they offered, and he's just gonna start cleaning pretty much.
Okay. Would you like to use Apescraft's Blessing to bring down the difficulty?
Definitely. And while I'm cleaning, though, I would like to start kind of popping out Gnosis to kind of like, hey spirits, I could use a favor.
You're going to want to do the Rite of Summoning, and you're probably going to want to do that while not cleaning.
Okay, cool. So, and it'll probably be better if I was in a clean area, too. So,
yes.
We'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Apescraft's Blessing. Hold on, should have that. Oh, dang it. That's, Manipulation Craft?
That sounds right. Breed Gifts. Apescraft Blessing. Witscrafts. Difficulty 7.
Okay, Witscrafts.
Okay, so you reduce the difficulty of your next roll by 1. So the cleaning roll is going to be Dexterity Crafts, difficulty 7, with the difficulty reduction.
And can I use a little willpower to get an automatic success?
You can.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Hey! So 5.
5 successes as you start cleaning with some hard work, a mop, some elbow grease, and a putty knife. You're able to clean a majority, and you're able to clean the whole bathroom. It takes about 4 or 5 hours, but you do get to it, and you're just going at it, just cleaning away, just getting it done.
Okay.
And so now the bathroom is immaculate. All right, Zeb.
All right. I think there'll be 2 things. I'll probably just run orders back and forth, like food, whatnot, or other things. But it also occurs to me, too, that if I see some dude that looks like he's in rough fucking shape, using Mother's Touch on him.
Okay. Hell yeah. So we'll say you found 2 of them. So roll Mother's Touch. I believe it is difficulty 6 for mortals. Without any rage.
You don't have rage.
There
right?
it is. Okay, so 5. Yep. I couldn't remember. So.
All good. I don't want to make it any harder on myself than I already have.
All right, that trucker is good to go. He's just like, so you go in, you pat him on the back, sort of thing. So it's a little weird because you do have to do certain actions. So you kind of like trip and pour a water bottle down his back and use Mother's Touch to drench the wounds. And he goes, and he kind of looks and then he goes, I feel pretty good. Like he goes, watch yourself next time. Karen gives you a shove.
Sorry about that.
All right, and then you get to roll again. Yep. All right. So yeah, same.
I'm gonna do kind of one of like something kind of obnoxious, like you don't look so good, and like have water in my hand and kind of like slap their forehead for a second, and then be like, you look all right.
All right. So you do that as they kind of wipe the water from their forehead and be like, okay, you trying to pick a fight?
Just looking out for you guys on the road. You have a good one. Take care of yourself.
Walking away, you hear one of them going, I think the boy named Sue is trying to pick a fight. All right. So, Mark, I'll let you do your summoning. What kind of spirit do you want to summon, and how would you like to try and summon them?
Okay, here we go. A little bit of a twist. So, I kind of want this bathroom to pretty much stay clean.
Okay.
Like, let this kind of be like a trucker legend kind of deal. Like, legend has it, there's this stop in Wisconsin where the bathroom is spotless no matter what.
Okay.
You know, kind of stuff like that. So what Mark's gonna do is he's gonna head into the showers, and he's gonna kind of turn them on, get a steam going, and then he's gonna kind of get himself. He's gonna take off his uniform. He's gonna kind of take a shower, but then he's gonna take the soap and kind of make a summoning circle with the soap, with the Garu symbols and whatnot. And it's kind of cool because the bubbles with the symbols are kind of shifting and moving. And then he'll just kind of, clean himself, and he'll start summoning the spirit of cleanliness.
Okay. I need you to first roll Gnosis, difficulty 7.
Okay.
All
Thanks,
right,
baby.
so your energy reaches out. So next, you're going to need to roll Wits Rituals. What level of spirit are you trying to summon? Gaffling, Jaggling. Jagglings are more powerful, but more sentient, which means that they will come with probably additional requests.
Okay.
Gafflings are weaker, but their scope of knowledge is far more limited.
Okay. So I would imagine what would be better is a gaffling in this situation with very specific instructions.
Okay.
Instead of trying to argue and trying to
it'll still require an exchange of some kind. All
Okay.
spirits require that. It's just it'll be a lesser exchange than if you summoned a Jaggling or an Incarna.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's just do with the gaffling. So that way it's like a simple spirit, it's a simple task. The bathroom must remain clean.
Okay. In how you described your ritual, I'll drop the difficulty by 1, so it is difficulty 4. Wits Rituals, please. All right. As almost instantaneously, the suds that run off your body collect into your clothes and form the vague shape of a man or a janitor. Its voice bubbles and gurgles.
Why have you called me, friend Garu?
Hello, friend spirit. I am by the Garu name Guides the Fallen, and I have just a simple job for you to keep.
What is it?
It is very simple, and it is a very appropriate task for the form that you have taken. The simple task that I ask is that this particular bathroom, restroom, and shower just stays clean, free of filth, so that the Hamids, so that the humans can stay clean themselves and not have to worry about cleaning this area.
I can do such a task for 4 turnings of the moon, Great Garu.
That would be perfect. And I will, what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of Gnosis and I'll try to shape it in the form of just like a stack of dollar bills, pretty much, because I'm paying him to do a job.
He grabs it as it absorbs into his body, and he thinks for a minute and goes,
Garu, friend, as you have asked me to keep this place clean, I ask you too to keep yourself regularly groomed and clean.
Of course, Spirit, this is a satisfactory pact. And Mark will do kind of a trucker thing because he imagines that he kind of might have gotten a gaffling janitorial spirit, and he'll kind of extend his hand out and
as your hand gets wrapped around in soap suds and it pulls away and your hand is immaculately clean. And
Fine
the spirit's
first job.
body dissolves into water and goes down the drain and will aid in keeping this place clean.
Nice. And Mark will clean up, put his clothes on, and then he'll hang a sign, freshly cleaned, on the restroom/shower room.
Perfect. All right, from you two now, I need you, or all three of you, as the days go by, I'm going to need you to roll stamina checks. Diff 8, please.
Spend a willpower for success.
You may.
I will spend a willpower for a success.
Yeah, I'll also go ahead and spend a willpower.
So you all succeed as you're all getting kind of tired, but you're going at it as you're on your second 24 hours. I need another roll. The difficulty will now go up to 9, because it's been non-stop.
I will spend another willpower.
Yeah, I'm also gonna spend another willpower just to be on the safe side.
I'm gonna risk it. I'm not spending willpower.
All right.
Man.
Nice. So, successes all around as you've succeeded. You're feeling drained. It's once again going to be you got your last 24 hours. You'll need to do one more stamina roll, diff 9, and you'll need 2 successes.
I will spend a willpower on this one, and just for note, I only got 1 left now.
Okay.
I'll also spend a willpower and hope.
Ooh, dang it. 1 success. Dang.
Yeah, I'm also gonna spend the willpower.
Okay.
Glad I pocketed it. Oh, man.
Oh, all right.
So-
I'm gonna roll the mulligan.
All right.
All right.
All right, Mark, you take 1 point of bashing damage. That will not heal until you get at least a 12-hour uninterrupted set of sleep, as you're just too beat up now.
Okay.
As Mark, you do fuck up a couple of the things you help truckers with as they kind of push you around. You get into one fist fight as one clocks you across the jaw, and you take another point of bashing as you get a black eye. Nice good old-fashioned shiner.
Sorry, sir. Won't happen again.
But, thankfully, after 3 days, you have completed your work. It is January the 5th, and you can now start heading back to Colorado. And in fact, Steel Mountain is on the way, and it's only half a day's drive from this truck stop.
Well, just out of character discussion with the mates here. You guys want to clean up the truck while we're here? I mean, since we never really had an action for that, and we needed to get this little mission done. Y'all want to clean up the truck?
I say let's do it.
Yeah. And the other thing is, what's the spirit's name?
The spirit's name is the Unyielding Road.
Okay.
That's a good name, actually. I like that.
As you get in the car, and you'll need to find a proper mechanic with all the tools to fully fix the truck. And if you get it cleaned up enough and do enough, then perhaps you could perform the rite of the fetish on the truck.
Well, Dimitri does have money.
Yes, I do have that $200. So when we do find a mechanic, I'll just tell them, hey, I have a budget of $200 exactly. Just do what you can.
Or you agree to work with them and show them that you can work on this truck.
That's a better idea.
Yeah, just throwing out ideas. Alright. Meanwhile, at the Steel Mountain, Cora, you get in the back of your mind that, what is Kyle on about with this gift? Has he seen this place? All these weaver-infested guru, and he decides to just come after me? After me? I'm not B. I'm smarter than B. I'm better than B. I'm stronger than B.
But he didn't come after me. I asked him for advice, for help.
And then his advice was, you're worm-tainted. After you've done more to fight the worm than any of them, you're the one who told Dimitri to drag that leech into the sun, that it was going to taint him by feeding off of him.
But how much more harm did that cause? How much more than it solved?
It killed a leech wherever it dwells, whenever it breeds. Its mere existence is a blight upon Gaia, Cora. Come on, you know this. We know this. It was created. It's wrong. It's unnatural. They should all be destroyed. Their character doesn't matter. They're an abomination to the cycle of life and death.
It just created more problems.
Did it? What problems did it create?
It created a rift between one of our kinfolk, which we don't need more of.
It created a rift with a kinfolk who was going to fall to the worm. She had a connection to a leech. She is kenning, and she decided to take sides with a leech. She decided to fall for its tricks. They're soulless husks. They can't do good in this world. They can't even feel. She fell for the trickery, and she's proven her own corruption. And the only thing you're guilty of is trying to spare Dimitri's feelings about the fact that his beloved Veronica is some sort of worm whore.
She hadn't fallen yet. She hadn't fallen at that point. She is simply human. She doesn't have...
She's more than human. She's kin.
She doesn't have the willpower to try and fight off vampire tricks. It's not a choice for her.
How do you know? She seems pretty willful to me. Cora, Veronica will betray you. Remember the dream. There's only one way to deal with the worm. Wherever it dwells, whenever it breeds.
And she's not worm.
How long before she decides to fall to another vampire? Do you even know how many are left in Colorado Springs? What if she becomes a spy for them? Are you willing to take that risk? Put the Karen at risk after everything you've sacrificed to make sure it's safe? Your honor, your dignity?
All of our kenning and kinfolk are susceptible to that.
But she knew and met a vampire. She spoke with it. She defended it after Dimitri destroyed it, and its hold would have been lost over her. She chose to be some sort of corpse fucker.
I know better than many that stakes don't define a person.
She's continuing to make that mistake, and she's drifted away from the Garu. The only thing left for her, sitting in that sea of emptiness, is the worm. And you've seen what the worm can do to anyone. You need to make sure that an eye is kept on her. Otherwise, she could bring down so many others. To those leeches, you see what they're willing to do in this war. Why'd you lose your nerve now?
There is a point of no return, and she's not crossed that line yet. She's not fallen to the worm. She can still be brought back. She can still be considered trustworthy again.
Whatever you say, Cora. Deep down, I know you'll know what to do. You've done it before. You'll do it again. You'll rend those who've strayed from the path. Because in the end, words mean so little. You don't have the luxury of compassion in these cases. Kyle, you're in the cafeteria area. As you see several Garu grabbing breakfast, things like that. It's changed not significantly since the last time you were here. The coffee maker got upgraded. But, that's really about it.
Alright, Kyle will grab some breakfast and sit down.
As you're sitting down, young black woman sits next to you as Ladashia looks over.
Well, hey there.
I heard you were back.
Yeah, I still owe you a favor after all.
You do, and I think I might actually have to call it in. Seems pettier than I want it to be, but I gotta know. Especially with this Karen going the way it's going.
Yeah, what can I do?
So I've been doing a lot of stuff for the Karen for years, especially, computer stuff. It's how I earned my, makes air quotes, deed name for the Sept of Geek Squad. But I'm starting to suspect that some of the cyberdogs are hacking my computer. They're getting a lot of the same info I'm getting as I'm getting it, and undercutting what I do for the Karen.
I assume that you're not getting credit for that then.
No, I'm not getting credit, and I'm worried that they're looking at my personal shit.
They do seem very much interested in connecting everything, and I imagine that there aren't many lines they wouldn't cross for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm starting to notice too. So if you could just do it, I bet they're not doing it the conventional way. I bet it's through your spirit site or whatever that they're doing it. And if you could just find out. I just want to know one way or the other. And then I can try and do things, a little differently if I have to.
Of course, yeah. There's a spirit I can talk to that I'm friendly with here. He might be able to help.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Kyle. I really appreciate it. And with Terrence gone, I wasn't sure who to turn to since so many of the original Garu here just haven't been, haven't been around since the Appleton disaster.
Of course. And, you probably wouldn't have much luck talking with the cyberdogs directly about your concern, but maybe if it was Leeds as Steel telling them that maybe the kinfolk shouldn't be made to feel uncomfortable in their home, maybe some kinder words than that. I'll think about it more, too.
Okay. Hey, thanks.
Anytime.
All right, Kyle, what are you going to do?
Well, probably I can, since I don't have to walk sideways here, I can just go to the center of the cairn and walk through, right?
Yeah.
So I will probably do that and then call for Scudder Spike.
All right, as Cutter Spike kind of zooms in and goes, "Guards below! How can I help you?"
Well, I was wondering if you or any other spirits had interacted with Geek Squad's computer.
Me? No, not her computer. Only her phone.
Oh, okay. Okay. Grabbing data off of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that just to make everything, more efficient, faster?
Some,
as the
yes.
data comes in?
Grabbing data, shifting over. Cyberdogs built an amazing spiritual database. You could barely believe it. Guards low. So much data, so much place for me to store things. It's beautiful. And so I grab off of her phone and they're able to triangulate it with data from other things, other kinfolk and all the computers here in the office. Instantly gathered and correlated through algorithms. Oh, it sings. Kyle, it sings. The melody is nearly perfect. It's so close to the one song.
I don't think I've heard of the one song before. It sounds incredible from what you describe.
It is. Think about it. The song that describes time, reality, the song that we all march to, the song of our mother.
Oh, so all of the information all at once. Everything as tight and controlled as possible.
Yes, the one song from the mother, the great spider from beyond the membrane of this world. We all dance to the one song, all of my kin. I've given more abilities to jump between notes, but the song rings true through me. I want the one song to play. I want you to feel it. It's such a beautiful thing. Imagine feeling and knowing what everyone else is thinking and doing. That you're part of something, a fragment of the whole. That even if you're gone, the song continues, your notes replaced efficiently and maneuvered as you move, as the song just continues on and maneuvers through all of time and the Tellarium.
Wow. I assume that some of the other Garu, they can hear this song.
Some can. Some of the great Glasswalkers can.
That does sound incredible, Scudder Spike. Thank you so much for telling me about it.
Of course. You should speak with either Cuts Through Code or Drone Master. They very much know the one song, and even Fights on Rooftops is starting to listen. It was thanks to the Cyberdogs that she could listen to it.
Keegan, I'm going to assume that that's based on the arm.
You can assume that.
Okay. Then I will speak that assumption out loud. Oh, because they helped her with her arm.
Yes, and she was so grateful, and just much more open-minded to the song.
Well, that's very interesting. Thank you.
Of course.
I think I will speak with them.
Okay. Glad to help, Kyle. Maybe you can hear the song too, and we can sing notes together.
That does sound nice. Thank you again, Scudder Spike.
And Scudder Spike lightnings out of the room. He's much faster now, given the upgrades.
This is some of the worst news Kyle has ever heard. Just to put that in perspective.
Fair.
And it's Drone Master that is now also an elder here, right?
Correct.
Great. So Kyle will go back into the physical.
Okay.
And find Ladasha.
Okay, you find Ladasha.
Hey. So
Everything?
you wouldn't have... Oh, yeah, everything's good. You wouldn't happen to have your phone on you, would you?
Yeah, right here. It pulls it out.
Could I borrow it for 2 minutes?
Sure?
Alright, I'm and I'll grab it, and I'll motion, like with one finger, like hold on, and then Kyle's gonna run it to another area, put it down, and then come back. Look, so they're definitely looking at your phone, for sure. Probably also your computer, just not the spirit that I knew. But I wouldn't talk about that for now with anyone.
Okay. Shit. You've got a glasswalker back down at your Karen, right?
Yeah.
Can you get me the contact info? I'll use a different phone. I'll buy a new phone today. And I'll give him a call and see if I can leave this place and head down that way.
Okay, and I think that's a good idea. But just know that not everyone here is maybe too far gone. But look out for yourself first.
Okay. Yeah, okay. What do you mean too far gone? And she just looks around and she, like, clenches her jaw a little bit and goes, "Are we in a den of spirals?"
No. The cyber dogs walk a very fine line. Some of them stepped over it. But not the line you might be thinking of. But it's a line that could be dangerous to you nonetheless.
Okay, thanks. I'll keep that in mind and I'll start taking care of some stuff.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to get a new computer too. Shit.
Sorry. Though, keep using them like you would until...
Okay.
Oh, and actually, Keegan, do I have Quickwire or...
You do.
Okay, good. Then I'll give her their contact information now.
Okay. Thanks.
Of course, and let me know if you need anything, before either of us are gone.
Yeah, I will. Don't worry, I got a car, so worst comes to worst, I can run and I can try and petition your Karen to help.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. Cora and I may have a conversation with Leeds of Steel later, just not about what I thought we might be talking to him about.
Okay. Oh. Can I get my phone back then?
Oh, yeah, of course. Let me use it really quick, though, to make it look like I needed it. And Kyle will run over and he'll just Google something real quick and then hand it back. Thank you so much.
How to talk to women in 5 easy steps, huh?
I can be awkward.
All right. Meanwhile, Dimitri, Mark, Zeb, you kind of putt down south as you cross the border into Colorado and hit up Fort Collins. As you drive into a nearby auto place, Spirit of the Truck reemerges. Oh, good. I ain't gonna have to be keeping this thing together. I could definitely, as he puts his arm around Zeb and Dimitri, who's driving, and gives him a shake, could definitely use more Gnosis. It's hard pushing this car for this many miles without a drink of Gnosis, and toothpick of Gnosis, if you catch my drift.
I'll spend 2 Gnosis to create a packet of smack and give it to him.
See?
And
I'll be discreet about it, oh, hey buddy, yeah.
Grabs it as you see it absorb into his skin and disappear.
And I'll also give him 2 Gnosis in the form of a cup of coffee.
As he grabs it, it merges into his skin as he takes a couple. He goes, "Yeah, all right, Zeb."
All right, so do we need parts, or do we need a person to work on this thing? I'm guessing we need parts.
You need parts because Dimitri can definitely work on this thing.
Okay.
The truck has several cracked cylinders. The catalytic converter is busted to shit. Someone clearly sawed it off for trace minerals. You've got some rusted bolts on the frame that need replacing, and you need a new battery.
So more than the $200, far more.
But Dimitri can probably get the labor for free and start working at the place if he needs to.
Oh, that's right. I just remembered again. I do have contacts in the mechanics union. Could I use that to get some parts for cheap?
You can, yes. So you will get the parts for cheap, but the guy does say that you gotta work at his buddy's garage for the next week.
That's fine.
Sounds good.
So that's what you'll be doing. Meanwhile, at Steel, so as you guys drive over, the guy looks at you and goes, "You Dimitri?"
Yeah, that's me.
"Marcus. And who are these two chuckle fucks?"
Chucklefuck one here is Mark.
Who is Zeb?
"Oh, thank you for your service."
No problem.
"Not you."
Mark will just smile.
Thank you for your support.
As he goes, "These two good around a wrench too? I didn't see anything about them on the unit registry."
Oh no, just me. They're just two friends of mine. They wanted to come along. They're interested in learning a little bit about cars.
Alright, well, Brandon said that you're mighty fine with the wrench, so I'm going to trust his word on it. Alright, as you go in and you guys start working for a week, you're going to have to scrounge up food still as well, as you guys have some time to bond. As Dimitri's under a car, Mark's right next to the bag as Dimitri's cranking away, and he throws out his hand asking for a tool.
Mark hands a tool.
Dimitri, you hear in the back of your mind, "I wonder how Veronica's doing."
And I'm going to try to push that thought just out of my mind and focus on the car. There's a time and place for that. It's not now.
Zeb, you're kind of just thinking, you just keep hearing the whispers in your mind. "Roy's gonna fall off the path without us there. Roy's gonna fall off the path without us there. Roy's gonna fall off the path without us there."
I know.
You shake with anger and gain a point of rage.
All right.
Does Mark notice this shaking?
Yeah, so as you're helping Dimitri out, Mark, you notice Zeb walking in with some more burrito gong, which seems to be his favorite fast food place, as he's shaking with the bags in his fists.
Zeb, are you okay?
It's a tough time on the road, Mark. Thinking about Roy.
Right. Worry about him too.
As you hear in the back of your mind, Mark, he looks real stressed. You better say something nice about Roy. He seems to be worried that he's gonna fall apart without them there. Maybe something about how he's been really improving lately.
Mark will think to himself, yeah, Mindscape has been improving. Well, things have been tough for everybody, especially for Roy. He's gone through a lot of changes, but as tough as it is, as we see him in this low, he's definitely improved.
Back of your mind, Zeb, you hear the shit. Roy's even convinced Mark.
Damn, Kyle's the lone holdout over there now. I wonder how long he can hold them off. And back to Mark. He puts on a face because he thinks what he's saying was everyone wants him to say. It's unfortunate that it makes him kind of malleable.
Well, being bonded with a pack with him, you would know more about that. But it is a shame, given the recent events of truth that have consumed the sept. You think maybe a little bit of residual of it would have stuck with him.
Can only do so much to bring the boy back. Let's stick to the truck.
And before Mark gets back to the truck, he'll put an assuring hand on Zeb, give it kind of a squeeze, and look him in the eye and go, "Don't worry, speaks with sweet whispers. We'll get through this."
"That was good," is all you hear in the back of your mind, Mark.
I only try my best, and it seems my best is working.
Yeah, your best. Kyle, you start approaching Cora.
Hey, Cora. Do you remember when we were dealing with our White Howler friend?
Yes.
The Garu we ran into, who we thought at first was, well, Garu fully, but was infested with the Weaver?
Yeah.
I think we need to go talk to Leeds as Steel, because I think that's happened to some of the Garu in this cairn.
Tell me about it while we're on the way there. Yeah.
And I guess for posterity's sake, we would also at this point grab Roy, but since he's not here, like, just because if this goes real bad, we're gonna leave, I think. You know? Like, if he's just like, "I'll fucking kill you if you say that again," it'd be like, "Okay, we'll go."
Yeah.
But then we'll head on over, and I will either very quietly or without using precise terminology, because I don't know what parts are being listened to or whatnot, head over there and explain.
All right, as you head over there, as you get to Leeds of Steel's office.
I'll knock on the door.
So you just hear, "Come on in."
Open it up and head on in, and if there's no one else in there, close the door once Cora gets in.
All right. You get in, you close the door, Leeds still looks at you, he leans back in his chair. "Kyle, Cora, what can I do for you two?"
Well, we noticed something potentially problematic. This might sound strange coming from two who, well, aren't glasswalkers, so I know how it might end up sounding. And I want to first say that the cyberdogs, I think it's impressive how they can walk such a fine line between Gaia and the Weaver. But I don't think all of them are walking that line.
What makes you say that?
I'm friends with one of the spirits here, Scutterspike, if you know him.
Yes, I know Scutterspike.
He told me of the song.
The one song, yes.
Would you care to tell me about it then, in your words?
Yes, the one song is how Weaver spirits communicate. It is their connection to the Weaver. It's not really a song as we can conceive of it. Think of it as both music and pure mathematics and geometry all in one that passes through Weaver spirits so that they can communicate. It's actually how some of our gifts work. There's some gifts that allow us to pluck that information from the threads and listen to it. And we can do that by essentially hacking the one song.
Okay, and that's... Perhaps I had a little less understanding of it than I thought, but that sounds about right to me. In our travels, we've met one Garu who was infested with the Weaver, and I don't mean they had technology grafted into them. I mean there were spiders running through their eyes. Infested. Working not at all for Gaia, but only for the Weaver. And when I spoke to Scutterspike, he told me that there were two Garu here that were just fully listening to the song, just as the Weaver spirits do.
Who are these Garu?
Drone Master and Cuts Through Code, and that Scutterspike believed that soon Fights on Rooftops would join them.
As he grabs the bridge of his nose, he leans down and he thinks for a moment, taking a deep breath, and goes, "Scutterspike is a gaffling. He may have gotten things wrong, but I will have to look into this. It's concerning. We'd have to run an actual trial on the both of them, as I'm sure you're aware. This is a massive accusation."
Yes, well, do keep in mind that Scutterspike does view this all as a good thing. So long as you approach him, or I assume other spirits of the Weaver, who you are friendly with, they will happily tell you this information.
Let me see. We'll have to look into it for sure. I don't know, it seems... I haven't seen any spiders in either of those two Garu's eyes, but the Weaver is known for subtlety, I suppose.
And I should mention that we were with that Garu for hours before we noticed, before they made it clear, and it was because we went against what they had wanted.
Okay. I'll have to do some... We'll have to start talking about this then. Can you find me any sort of information, hard evidence? They will make a compelling case that Scutterspike misinterprets the cyberdogs, especially because those two are the most cybernetically enhanced of the group.
That makes sense. Well, none of us are Thurges, so I don't think we'd be able to find that information through a spirit. The only other information I can tell you that I know at this moment is that all of the kin's cell phones and computers have been, well, hacked by these spirits as well, to provide information for the spiritual database.
I signed off on that. Seemed like the best thing to do. Rumors of what happened at Sacred Stone made their way up here about what happened to some of your kin, and there are more leeches in Denver than there are in Colorado Springs.
Ah, yes, I see. I can understand the caution.
If you need to talk, as he looks around, and talk plainly with your packmate, the meditation chamber, the Zen garden, is still free of Weaver spirits. Gazes from afar has made sure of that with his quarterstaff.
Very well then. Is there anyone here who might be able to help in the gathering of evidence? Even if, well, I don't want to inform more people of these charges, and Kyle will put air quotes around that word, without more concrete evidence. but we could probably use help finding it here.
Spider Tender could probably help. Most of our Thurges are gone. The only Thurges left are from the or from the Cyber Dogs. And guess which Thurge they brought with them? Cuts through code.
Right. Okay. Well, I suppose we'll just do what we can then.
Alright. Keep me informed, and they'll be renowned for you.
Of course. We'll do everything we can. Thank you.
As he motions to the door, and you head out.
Yeah, so I guess we'll head to the meditation room.
Okay.
Yeah.
As you two get into the meditation room, as you see Roy and Gazes from afar, just practicing a little bit.
I'll wave at them, but then sit on the other side of things for now.
Yeah, go sit over next to Kyle.
Do you have any ideas?
Beat the information out of them.
That probably won't work. Nothing useful.
No, I don't think I have any either. It's just, I mean, we've got gifts and fetishes for dealing with the worm, and that's almost always clear cut, but...
How do we deal with the Weaver?
Yeah.
It's not something we have a whole lot of experience in.
No. Out of character, is there a role that we could make for... I mean, if it's spiritual, normally it'd be like, oh yeah, I know what that role might be, or... But...
What are you trying to figure out exactly? And I can tell you what the role is.
Okay, so I guess fairly specifically is that Kyle doesn't actually know... I mean, he knows what he would want to prove, right? Like, they're Weaver infested. And, like, he could go up and openly accuse them and try to get them to their equivalent of rage, but that seems like a terrible idea. So the alternative would be, like, speak to a spirit higher up the ranking that would confirm, like, oh, they absolutely are tuned into the song. But that's not really Kyle's thing. So he's thinking, like, what here in the physical would tie them?
Okay. There's stuff in the physical, but there's one other thing you could possibly do, and this is your hint. Remember when you had to delete the information about the Werewolf serum? That was in an Umbral databank.
Oh, God. Okay. That seems like a pretty good hint. Similar to just telling me, but... Okay. Kyle suck with sudden inspiration. It's like, oh, well, there was an Umbral databank for literally all the information that had passed through a computer. Maybe there is an Umbral databank for Garu who are fully of the Weaver.
It's not the craziest thing I've ever heard in 2 years. Cord actually does that. She looks down at her wrist.
We will see how they proceed into the darkness and into the Umbral scape next time. Thank you to everyone who listened. We'll catch you in that next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.